Uh, all right, welcome back to the nimrodjaune podcast. I'm your host, Jack Wally, and welcome back. Shout out to all my Apple Podcast listeners, Spotify listeners, YouTube watchers. Shout out to all of y'all. Let's jump straight into it, right? At what point does the patience I have for that person wear off? And I have to just be upfront with everything I'm dealing with. When you're dealing with somebody you feel like hasn't reached the expectation you set for whatever reason, or haven't reached the level that you think they would be at, you have to be patient enough to wait until they get it, right? And if you're not patient enough, disassociate yourself with them. In any matter, if they're messing up and you feel like you have to keep reminding them and reminding them, are you patient enough to wait until they get it? Are you patient enough until you can actually look them in their face and be honest with them? If the answer is no, disassociate yourself from them, right? And I'm waiting. I have some people that I'm waiting on that I'm just being patient. At what point do I stop being patient? I'm not saying this is a problem or anything, but me and all my homies, our main focus is trying to go to school, right? We're trying to get to college, trying to go to college, scholarships, applying to school, trying to get into schools, things of that nature, right? If this is the group's main focus and you're worrying about women, what does that show everybody that's being patient? Granted, we don't have to be here, but we like you. We like being around you. You're a cool person. We want to be your friend, right? Or we want to be associated with you. At what point do we stay patient with you before we just say, yeah, I'm not dealing with this person no more? Whenever he figures it out is when he figures it out. Until then, leave me alone on him. At what point is that? If the group's main focus, separate person, is trying to go to college and get admitted to schools, and you're blowing $300 on shoes, $500 on jeans, and shit like that, stuff like that, at what point do we just admit and say, we're done? I'm done waiting. At what level do you feel like every time I think or talk about something I don't like about this person, it just reminds me of everything that I didn't like about them? At what point do you keep staying? Because I'm genuinely just trying to figure this out. Because there's people that I know I'm not going to cut off, but just with time we'll grow apart. And I'm wondering, have I been patient enough with them for them to grow into the person I think they could be? Not for my own personal gain or for my own self-aggrandizement. No, I just want them to be as big as I just want them to be as good as they could possibly be without me being involved in any way, or without my involvement, right? With or without my involvement. That's a better way to put it. At what point have I been patient enough? And if I have, at what point do I just say, this is not the person I need to be around? Because genuinely speaking, if I have to continuously remind you, or people have to consistently remind you of something that you've already been told and should have already internalized, at what point is it just this person does not care? At what point is it we just need to leave this person alone? Because honestly speaking, with just the way things are, just with me as a person, if I have to keep reminding you I'm going to leave you, if I have to keep telling you, yo, we got to go, yo, pick your head up, I'm going to leave you. Because I don't feel the need to have to keep babying somebody, to keep telling them, let's go. For me to feel like, at what point, basically, is enough? Like, when is enough? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Along with this, at what point is suppressing a thought, you could say, about whatever it may be, appropriate? When is withholding your feelings on somebody or withholding an opinion of somebody, at what point does it seem like you're enabling their activity by not saying anything? At what point does that come? Because I come from a standard of I judge people very easily, very, very easily. It doesn't take me much for me to judge you. So because of this, I had to mentally teach myself to retract any opinion I may have on somebody, any critique I may have, whether it's warranted or not. It's not my life. I'm not judging. Put the hands up and I live my life, right? At what point is me putting my hands up and withdrawing from the situation seem like I'm enabling this person or allowing this person to do exactly what I don't want them to do or what I may have a critique of? At what level? At what level? Because I'm withdrawing my opinion so I don't judge. So I don't come off as somebody that's judging. Because I will judge. It's easy to come off as judging with me. Very easy. And I'm trying to fix that. So I withdraw my opinion. But there's certain stages where I feel like me saying my opinion is valid. When you voice the opinion that's been suppressed, right? And it comes off in a certain way, it may come off as disrespect. Is to just take it, like, just take it. That's it. Or is there some grace in it? Because with me personally, I don't really give grace. I'm mainly just to take it. If I have an opinion, I'll just state my opinion and that'll be that. I won't really apologize for it. Looking back on it, I may feel like, I shouldn't have done that. But I will still understand the reason for doing that. I will still understand the reason for why I gave this opinion. And if it's still valid, where's the need to apologize for it? Crazy example. Crazy example. I sent a voice message to somebody I know. It was like in a couple months, it'd be going on 2 years ago, right? No, it's probably been a year. No. Within his voice message, I said what I felt like was the truth at that moment in time, right? And the response from that was met with was not the expectation I was looking for. It wasn't where I was going with it, right? And other people may have agreed with me, but the main person in question didn't really like it. Is the apology still needed? Because I've already said this before that I don't really apologize on stuff. If I meant it and I said it, I'm not apologizing for it. Because there's no real need for it. I'm not sorry that I said it. I'm really not. I'm in a situation where there's an apology that has to be given. If I'm genuinely sorry, I probably would have avoided the situation anyways. Or if it's a genuine accident, I will apologize. But if it's just something I said and I mean it, that may warrant an apology because it may came off as harsh or brash or whatever it may be, I'm not doing it. I'm not. I'm being very honest. I'm not doing it. But at what level does it like yeah, that was too much. That was too much. And I'm not saying that like I just tell people about themselves all day. No. It's very rare I say something like that. Or it's very rare that I even have an opinion about somebody that I may go tell. It's very rare. But in the instances that I have done it, it's never been handled well. Ever. And I think it's probably my approach. My approach with it is very the same way I would critique myself. So let's say I do something wrong and I'm critiquing myself. I will hand out that same level of critique I may give myself to another person, not realizing I can't do what I do for me against that other person. I can't hold another person accountable the same way I may hold myself accountable. I can't. Because we abide by a completely different set of rules. And within this set of rules, you are entitled to feel the way you are entitled. And I am too. And along with this, if I say what I say and I mean it and I have to apologize, at what level does it feel like I'm just saying it to get it over with? Or I'm just saying it to get out of my mouth and just look you in your eyes, say, yeah, I said it, now what? This might be a little, but referring back to the video, apologies to me feel like, apologies don't feel real to me no more. They just never felt real to me to a certain extent. Because it always felt like you're just apologizing for the sake of apologizing. You're just apologizing to get it out. Or the apology isn't genuine. Saying the apology is the apology. And there's no real regret. Or there's no real, I guess, emotion that's evoked from the apology. It's just that. And because I feel this way, or because I think and see it this way, I'm never handing apologies out. And I never take apologies to heart. And I'm always felt, you know what, hey, it happened, I'll get over it. But this is just the dilemma I'm going through right now, just what I'm thinking on. Because I don't know. This is just really what's been, I guess the past couple of days, it's just been on my brain. Like, how do I attack it this way? Because I have zero idea.